Yeah, so let's pivot here. So this is actually solution number 3 that we've gotten written down here. And it's going to take a turn because not everybody's going to agree with this, and that's okay. But if you've watched our podcast long enough, it should be logical that these are the conclusions we come to. So obviously, yes, we believe in God. We don't think Christianity is just good. We think it's true. I think it's true that 3 days after Jesus was put in the tomb, that it was empty, that his apostles witnessed him. And according to Paul, 500 witnesses. Historically, it would make sense because you see this eruption of Christianity in the first century. It's year 2025, 2025 years after Christ. This guy had an impact, despite other messianic movements before Jesus and after Jesus, where they would rise up and they would gain a following, but then the leader would be crucified or put in jail and the movement would die. But for some reason, Christianity didn't, and it revolutionized the world. It completely took over empires, like the Roman Empire. It had to envelop it because it couldn't snuff it out. And we talk about the positives all the time, like that side of the coin. But if this is true, there's an opposite side of the coin. There's darkness. There's the enemy of God, which we think is the demonic side of things. A lot of these issues that we're facing, especially in Sarnia, I think there's a demonic element that we're trying to medicate, that we're trying to enforce laws on, and we're standing there wondering why nothing's working.
I believe that wholeheartedly, that we are experiencing spiritual warfare. Each and every one of us is born with a hole in our hearts that only God can fill. You have two paths in life. You could either fill that hole with God, or you can fill it with things of the world. And your wants and desires of the world, they're empty. They mean nothing.
What I will make clear is I don't think this is every case. I think there are legitimate cases where we should medicate people and we should treat it in ways that we can. But I just really believe there's a large portion of this problem that people don't want to touch because you can't control it. If you were to admit that it's real, it's a confession that God is real. Right? And so people don't want to go that route.
It can't be explained by science.
We should be encouraging Christians, people of faith, to walk the streets, pray for people, speak the name of Jesus over these individuals that have allowed demons to take possession of them. And there is a difference between being oppressed by a demon and being possessed by a demon.
Demonic oppression is things that are of an outside nature. It would be similar to what Eve experienced in the Garden of Eden. So it wasn't an internal force inside of her, it was an external one. Demonic possession, where you just lose all out control of your functions. You can't control your emotions. You're just too out of it.
Like how you said, the God-shaped holes, and we seem to fill it with other gods, essentially. Like whether it's the god of pornography, the god of money, the god of music, drugs, anything that's just not God, right? We were created for him. And when we're plugged into his will, right, we're created for him, not for him in the sense that God needed us. God didn't need us.
No.
But it's for our own good that we remain in him. And when we plug ourselves outside of him, it creates that hole like we're describing. And people try to fill that. And that's why I think the commandment, thou shalt not have any other gods before me, that makes so much more sense now, because it's like you will totally destroy yourself if you fill it with anything but God.